Hello, here are top 10 cybersecurity interview question answers. What is difference between symmetric and asymmetric encryption? Symmetric encryption uses the same key for both the encryption and decryption process. It is faster and more efficient for encrypting large volumes of data. Common symmetric encryption algorithms include AES and DES. Asymmetric encryption, also known as public key encryption, uses a pair of keys, one public key for encryption, one private key for decryption. It provides enhanced security for transmitting sensitive information, enabling secure key exchange and digital signatures. RSA and ECC are examples of asymmetric algorithm. Explain the concept of zero trust architecture. Zero trust is a security model that requires a continuous verification of every user and device attempting to access network resources, regardless of whether they are located inside or outside the network perimeter. The principle never trust, always verify guides this architecture. Key components include strict identity verification and authentication, least privilege access controls, continuous monitoring and validation of security posture, microsegmentation to isolate and secure resources. This approach significantly reduces risk by limiting access and enforcing consistent security policies. Describe the principles of least privilege. The principle of least privilege dictates that users, systems, or processes should only be granted the minimum level of access necessary to perform their job functions or tasks. By restricting access rights, organizations minimize potential damage from accidental or intentional misuse and reduce their attack surface. Practical implementation involves assigning access based on roles, responsibilities, regularly reviewing and auditing privileges, implementing just-in-time access and privileged access management solutions. What is cross-site scripting? How can it be prevented? Cross-site scripting excesses is a web application vulnerability where attackers inject malicious scripts into trusted websites. These scripts execute in browsers of unsuspecting users, allowing attackers to steal data, hijack user sessions, or redirect users to malicious sites. Prevention techniques include input validation sanitization to block malicious scripts, output encoding to prevent browsers from interpreting scripts as executable code, implementing content security policy, headers to restrict script execution, using secure frameworks and libraries that automatically handle excesses prevention. Explain SQL injection attacks and prevention methods. SQL injection attacks occur when an attacker manipulates input fields in web applications to execute unauthorized SQL commands against the database. This can lead to unauthorized data access, data manipulation, or even complete system compromise. Prevention methods include parameterized queries or prepared statements to separate user input from executable code, stored procedures with input validation to securely process data, input validation to detect and block suspicious input. Principle of least privilege applied to database accounts, limiting database user privilege. Web application firewalls to detect and block SQL injection methods. What are the difference between a firewall and an intrusion detection system? Firewall controls network traffic based on predefined rules, operates primarily at network perimeter to block or allow specific traffic, can actively block unwanted traffic. Intrusion detection system monitors network or system activities for malicious activities or policy violations, provides alerts or reports when suspicious activities are detected, does not inherently block traffic but detects and reports suspicious activities. Explain stateful versus stateless firewalls. Stateful firewalls track the state of network connection. Example, TCP streams. Key-based state table to remember established connections. Allow or block traffic based on connection state, context, and defined rules. Stateless firewalls do not maintain state information. Evaluate packets independently against rules without context of past packets. Typically faster but less secure due to the lack of connection context. How do you secure wireless network? Implement WA3 encryption for strong data protection. Enable MAC address filtering to restrict device access. Regularly update firmware on wireless devices. Change default SSID and disable SSID broadcasting. Use secure authentication mechanisms. Example, Radius. Regularly monitor network traffic and logs for unauthorized access. Describe VLAN hopping attack and preventive techniques. VLAN hopping is an attack method where attackers bypass VLAN segmentation to access other VLANs and their resources. Prevention techniques: disable dynamic trunking protocol on switch ports. Configure ports explicitly as access or trunk ports. Implement a VLAN access control list. Regularly monitor and audit VLAN configurations. How does network access control enhance security? Network access control (NAC) enhances security by enforcing policies to control device access to networks. NAC authenticates and authorizes devices before allowing network access. Assess devices for compliance with the security policies like antivirus patches. Restrict access for non-compliant devices by placing them in quarantine. Continuous monitors devices for compliance and threat detection. You can also access more interview question and answers with the link provided in the description. Enjoy and congratulations for your job interview.